Rod Wave has just dropped a bombshell in court. He's hitting back hard against his former tour company, Grizzly Touring, with a countersuit that's shaking up the music world. This isn't just any back and forth. It's over a whopping $27 million, canceled shows, and a fight over who messed up first. Fans are glued to every update because it could change how big artists handle their tours from here on out. Picture this: a rising star like Rod Wave, known for his soulful hits that tug at your heartstrings, suddenly locked in a legal tug-of-war that feels straight out of a drama movie. But let's break it down step by step, keeping it real and straight from the court papers. First off, Grizzly Touring kicked things off last month by suing Rod Wave. They say he broke their deal big time. According to them, he owes back every penny of the $27 million they fronted him to get his tour rolling. That's money meant to cover everything from stage setups to travel for his big shows. And get this, they're not just after the cash. They want a judge to force him to keep working with them on future tours. It's like saying, you started with us, so you're stuck with us forever. That's a huge claim in the live music game, where artists often switch teams to grow their careers. Rod Wave isn't taking that lying down. On October 12th, just a couple days ago, he filed his own lawsuit right back at them. He's calling their whole story a pack of lies and turning the tables completely. In his papers, he says Grizzly is the one who dropped the ball from the start. They made the tour a nightmare with sloppy planning that left him no choice but to pull the plug. And he's not just defending himself, he's going after them for money too, saying they owe him for the mess they caused, including damage to his good name with fans who were left hanging. Let's zoom in on what went wrong with that tour. It was called the Last Lap Tour, tied to Rod Wave's album that hit #2 on the charts back in October 2024. Sounds exciting, right? The plan was to hit arenas across the country from October to December that year. But almost right away, things started falling apart. Shows got pushed back over and over, stretching into February 2025. Out of 35 dates on the calendar, only 12 actually happened when and where they were supposed to. The rest? A total scramble. Rod Wave's team paints a picture of chaos. Grizzly couldn't even handle basic stuff like loading his gear in and out of venues smoothly. They made weird choices about which cities to hit and when, without telling him ahead of time. Imagine prepping for a show in one spot, only to find out last minute it's moved somewhere else, sometimes after tickets were already selling online. Fans would buy seats, get excited, and then boom, rescheduled or gone. Rod Wave says that kind of flip-flopping made it impossible to keep going. By January 2025, he had to announce on social media that the remaining shows were off. Hearts broke for sure, but he explained it was out of his hands. In the countersuit, Rod Wave gets even more specific about Grizzly's slip-ups. He accuses them of unilateral, onerous, and inexplicable decisions, fancy words for one-sided moves that were tough and made no sense. His lawyer puts it bluntly: these guys changed the schedule so much and canceled things at the drop of a hat that the whole tour crumbled under their watch. Rod Wave's side says if Grizzly had just done their job right, every show would have gone off without a hitch. Instead, they blame him for the cancellations, not on his watch. He's arguing that they broke the rules first, so the deal is dead. More money owed, and he's free to walk away. But wait, it gets spicier. Rod Wave's filing digs into some shady business behind the scenes. One of Grizzly's partner companies, AG Entertainment, allegedly slipped $1.8 million under the table to his old agent. The goal? To sneak in a clause locking him into 5 more tours with them, no questions asked? Rod Wave caught it in time and shut it down, but his team calls it a sneaky trick to trap him. That's the kind of move that makes you wonder who's really playing fair in these big money deals. His lawyer, James Samataro, didn't hold back in the court docs. He wrote that Grizzly's push to force future work is basically indentured servitude, like being chained to a job you don't want anymore. They say Rod Wave has zero trust left in these promoters and wants nothing to do with them going forward. Rod Wave's camp followed up with a strong statement on October 13. They called Grizzly's original lawsuit baseless, and just another failed grab to lock him in. Grizzly Touring has no one to blame but itself, they said. Had it not grossly mismanaged the Last Lap Tour, by repeatedly changing the schedule and canceling concerts at the last minute, the tour would have been completed as intended. Ouch, that's a direct shot, putting all the heat right back on the promoters. So far, Grizzly hasn't fired off a public response. Their lawyers are staying quiet, and so is the agent caught in the middle. The silence is loud, isn't it? Makes you think they're still figuring out their next play. Now, as this legal storm brews, Rod Wave isn't sitting idle. He's channeling all that energy into something positive for his fans. Right in the middle of this fight, he announced a brand new tour called the Redemption Experience. It's set to kick off in December 2025 at the massive Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles. Self-promoted, no middleman this time. Just him and his team calling the shots. That move screams confidence. It's like saying, yeah, we hit a bump, but watch us come back stronger. But it's already buzzing, and it's a clear signal that this lawsuit won't slow him down. If a judge sides with him and voids the old contract, he'll be free and clear to build his empire his way. This whole clash isn't just about one artist and one company. It shines a light on the high-stakes world of live tours, where millions ride on perfect timing and trust. When things go south, who pays the price? Fans waiting in lines, artists losing momentum, promoters pointing fingers, Rod Wave standing up for his side, and it could set example for others in the industry. Will more stars start watching their contracts closer, or demanding better backup from their teams? Only time will tell, but this battle is far from over. Court dates are coming, more papers will fly, and we'll be here tracking every twist. To really get why this hit so hard, let's step back to how it all started. Rod Wave burst onto the scene a few years back with songs that mix raw emotion and catchy beats. By 2024, he was dropping albums that climbed the charts fast. The Last Lap tour was meant to be his victory lap, huge arena runs celebrating that success. He teamed up with Grizzly Touring, a group made of big players like AG Entertainment and others, because they promised to handle the heavy lifting. Advances poured in, plans got set, and excitement built. But as we know now, those promises didn't hold up. What began as a dream gig turned into a headache that spilled into 2025. Rod Wave's rise from Florida roots to sold-out crowds makes this fight feel personal. He's not just protecting his wallet, he's guarding his rep and his future shows. As we wrap this up, keep an eye on the headlines. His countersuit could drag on, with both sides digging in deep. Rod Wave's got the momentum with his new tour on the horizon, but Grizzly might come roaring back with their own defenses. One thing's clear, in music, loyalty and logistics go hand in hand, and when they clash, it makes for the kind of story that keeps us all talking. Stay tuned, there's more tea brewing in this toxic mix.